We begin with news coming in from Tamil Nadu, where DMK President and Chief Minister MK Stalin has written to 37 chiefs of various political parties, inviting them to stand united against what he calls a threat to religious hegemony and to India's multicultural identity. Launching an attack at the centre, Stalin said that it's about re-establishing a pluralistic identity and all parties must unite with the same conviction as they did during the Mandal Commission. My colleague Mugilan joining us live with more inputs. So, Mugilan, it is one of those appeals that a chief minister has made with a lot of passion, putting in or rather articulating some of the concerns which a very large section of this country shares probably. Tell us more about what the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu has said in this appeal and to who all has this been communicated to.
Definitely on January 26th, we saw the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister and DMK President starting this forum, and he named it as All India Federation for Social Justice. And today he has written a letter to 37 political party leaders, which includes leaders like Sonia Gandhi, Lalu Prasad Yadav, Mamata Banerjee, Uddhav Thackeray, and even ADMK coordinator O Paneerselvam. And he has, in the letter, he has stated the importance of all the like-minded parties coming together to safeguard the social justice. And he has invited all the political parties which believe in self-respect and social justice should come forward in this federation to upkeep and to safeguard the pluralistic nature of the country and the social justice. In the letter, it was written by the Chief Minister. He has stated that is the uniqueness, diversity and the multicultural federation is under threat of bigotry and religious hegemony. And he has also stated this has to be fighted by the political parties which believe in equality, self-respect and social justice. And he has also stated there is no question of political gain but re-establishing the pluralistic identity of the republic. So this is what the Chief Minister has written in his letter. So he has called for all the like-minded political parties, civil members and organizations which believe in self-respect and social justice. So we have to wait and watch what kind of respect that this letter will have, because he has written to 37 political party leaders. And this is very interesting when the state is looking when the Lok Sabha elections are upcoming
Yes.
in very few years.
Right. Yes, and therefore I'm going to go across now to get some reactions from leaders of other political parties. Tausif Khan, who's an advocate and a political analyst, also a TMC supporter, is joining us on the phone line. Good afternoon, Mr. Khan. Your first thoughts on the kind of communication that Mr. Stalin is now engaging in with other regional satraps, including Mamata Banerjee in West Bengal?
So what Mr. Stalin has said is the motto of our constitution. Unity in diversity. That is the motto of our constitution. And therefore, one particular sect, one particular people of a particular religion or a majoritarian state cannot be tolerated if we have to strictly live by the motto of our constitution. Religious hegemony, intolerance. And we have seen in the past few years, since the coming of this power of this Mr. Narendra Modi's government since 2014, innumerable incidents have occurred in our country, and which has only, weakened our country, weakened our system, and it is not helpful. Therefore, it is the need of the hour for all political parties, irrespective of their size, irrespective of whether they are in power or not, must take a stand. Because in politics, what is important is that you fight for what you believe in. If there are political parties who say that they are secular, that they believe in constitutional values, then they
Yes.
must stand up and oppose every small and big incident where constitutional ethos are violated. And it is happening every now and then. And since the BJP government, since the Prime Minister has not spoken a single
Yes.
word, I mean, We see
Okay,
every
I'm
other
now
day.
joined by Member of Parliament from the Congress Party, Kumar Ketkar, who's with us on the phone line. Good afternoon, Mr. Ketkar. I imagine that, something like this will be largely welcomed by the Congress Party. How would you like to respond to Mr. Stalin's letter to Sonia Gandhi?
Well, actually, all parties will welcoming it. I do not know. I have not talked to Sonia Gandhi ji or High Command here. But I think there's nothing that should be opposed. In fact, everything needs to be endorsed because this is a kind of urgent need for our Indian society and particularly in our country because there is injustice across the board. It is on Dalits, it is on women, it is on minorities, all minorities, not only Muslims, Christians, Muslims everywhere. And the injustice is not only one aspect of it. Injustice is not only social injustice, it is economic injustice, political injustice. Yes, so all injustice, which all the forces, all the thoughts represent banner of social justice, a federation for social justice, will also strengthen the federal polity because the federal polity is also under threat, under the unitary control, and there is more and more centralization of all policies, all institutions. So I think it is a perfect time and a very good offer, very good suggestion by MK Stalin, and I welcome it personally. I do not know at the moment what High Command has thought, but I don't think High Command or Sonia Gandhi will refuse to join the movement.
Yeah, this is not the first letter, Mr. Ketkar, of this nature that in a way indicts the current dispensation of, like you say, multiple injustices in multiple different areas. But how will it be consequential? Is it going to lead to any kind of a conglomeration of parties coming together? How will it be politically consequential, according to you?
I don't think it will create a kind of a new political party, which is a coalition of all parties to fight for this. I think it will create a new platform in which all parties, by retaining their independent identity, can participate. At the moment, all parties are jammed because of ideological, sometimes vacuum and sometimes ideological association. So this will help them in creating or joining a platform which unites, at least on this particular issue, across the board. So you can be communist, or you can be socialist, or you can be peasant party, you can be DMK, you can be NCP, any party, and this particular platform, keeping your identity intact, you can always join because this is a front only to demand a definite and basic thing across the country and across all the parties. So I don't think it will be inconsequential. It will be consequential, but it will not be consequential in the sense of creating a new party or a new coalition to challenge Narendra Modi's government.
Yes, but the similar voices coming together, that of course will have some weightage, and timing, like you said, is interesting. This is coming right ahead of the state elections in 5 states. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Kumar Ketkar.
Thank you.
Tausif Khan is still with us. Last word to you, Mr. Tausif Khan. You heard it. Of course, parties that have been written to include the TMC, the Congress, and other like-minded parties. But this is not the first time, and it's unlikely to be the last, that something like this has been raised. The fact that pluralism is under threat, the fact that multicultural federalism must be upheld. I asked Mr. Ketkar the question I want to ask you as well. Politically, what will this lead to, coming at the time that it has?
So it's a very, clear letter. It does not ask for forming any political alliance. It does not ask for any political parties to merge into one. It is basically a social message, a constitutional duty as a political worker that every political party and their member have. So it is simply asking them to uphold the constitutional values and to stand for it. Take a stand whenever you see social justice. Basically, every political party in whichever political state they are in, they can, take a stand against injustice, whether it is social, political, or economical injustice. The idea behind this letter is very welcoming, which seems to be like you cannot, be lenient and cannot keep quiet when you see there is some sort of injustice happening and, not taking any action, not speaking against it. And this is very welcoming.
Yes, and of course, Mr. Stalin taking the lead is again interesting. Whenever there is a conglomerate or coalition of this nature, the question arises, who will be the first among the equals? So in a way, Stalin now taking the lead in this narrative is interesting as well. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Tausif Khan.